GTFO is a game that I haven't covered in a long time, literally since the beta of the game back in 2019. Now the game has gone through early access and come out the other side, launching into 1.0 on December 9th, 2021. You guys have been reaching out, wanting me to cover this update. The studio reached out actually to take a look at the game again, so I got a few rundowns in with my friend Adam, jumped in there with Level Cap and his editor Alex, and going through these rundowns, which is basically a fancy word for levels, is kind of a blast. Moving slowly through dark, foggy interiors, trying to hear the cackles of the mutants within, slowly creeping up on one of these toothy, headless abominations, only to smash their head in with a baseball bat or a sledgehammer. It's satisfying every time. This play session wasn't without its issues though, but we'll get into all of it here in this video. Like the video if you guys enjoy it, subscribe for more FPS content, and shout out to 10 Chambers for sponsoring the video. This is GTFO. GTFO is described as an extreme cooperative horror shooter that throws you from gripping suspense to explosive action in a heartbeat, and it's 100% true. Sneaking around these dark environments is key to not only keeping your ammo reserves in check, but keeping you alive. The game is hard as fuck, like truly challenging. Starting off with little ammo and having to scavenge your way through these rundowns, it's actually a welcome change to the hand-holding that most of these games try to push on you nowadays. You play as prisoners being sent below the depths by the Warden, which is some entity who is keeping you prisoner for what we don't really know yet. Your objectives vary from retrieving a cell and escorting it through the rundown to a machine at the end to place it in, to locating and securing keys to kind of open doors and move into the next level. And all throughout there is this story that's kind of unfolding that is shifting time and space and taking you from dungeon research facilities to open desert landscapes. It's a mystery, and the way that it unfolds in the game is actually really, really unique. There's voiceover sometimes when you're trying to open a door to the next part. You can hear people talking over the intercom, and it's kind of opening itself to a much wider story that I myself haven't even figured out yet. Now, obviously, we were playing with a 4-man squad, but you can also opt in to play the game solo with AI teammates, very similar to games like Ready or Not. You can issue commands to close and secure doors, clear areas, set up traps, and all of that. The game is definitely meant for co-op though, as communication is key to moving throughout these levels. The atmosphere here, you guys can see on screen, it's haunting and it's beautiful. Flashlights can light up your immediate surrounding, but with so much pollen and infection kind of floating around in the air, it's creepy and hard to navigate. Creatures can crawl around and move in and out of your sight lines, spitting acid and attacking you from the darkness. It's one of the best horror FPS games that I've played in a long time. That beat switch from holding your breath as you watch Level Cap stab a mutant in the dark to an entire room breaking down a door and running at you, It's awesome. Now, I will say, even though this is a sponsored video, we did run into some pretty glaring issues that I hope are being addressed very, very soon. At one point, we were on the final extraction of Rundown B1, and me, as the host of the game, crashed, and I was unable to join back in. Now, the host then migrated to level cap, but I could jump back into the game, look at my inventory, but I couldn't play again. Then, once we all kind of came back to the main menu and jumped back in, there was a myriad of extraction points and other little HUD pop-ups that were on our screen kind of moving throughout the levels within the next hour or so, and it was very confusing trying to figure out this pop-up is a bug, we actually have to go this way, there is no extraction point here, we have to go through this door instead, trying to figure out where you're meant to go when there are those issues after a hard crash like that. Kind of annoying. There was also a little issue spread across all 4 of our clients where if we waited a little bit in the lobby, customizing our characters or setting up loadouts, someone's FPS would tank in the menu, and once we loaded into the game, they either wouldn't connect or they'd have to back out to the main menu and we'd have to re-queue up. Definitely something to do with syncing up within a player-hosted lobby was giving us some real pains. We were all running on an influencer build, so I'm not sure if those issues are reflective of the main stable branch, but it's definitely something to note here. It was a pain, but nothing close enough to really ruin the evening of gaming that we all had. A few client restarts and we were back up and running and in the game within a minute. Speaking of customization though, there is a bunch of cosmetic items to unlock. Yes, unlock within the game to make your prisoner look pretty much creepy and ominous. There's tons of weapons from ARs to SMGs, revolvers and shotguns, and everyone is equipped with a tool you can choose between, a sentry gun or a foam launcher to seal doors behind you during security alarm sequences, which, by the way, are a big pain in the ass. Sometimes as you're opening a security door, there's an alarm sequence that requires a scan at multiple points around the room. Sometimes you have to stand on a circle on the ground as a team of 4. Sometimes there are 4 points spread out that each player has to stand on separately. This is when the action is at an all-time high. We were strategizing sentry placements, trying to repel toxic fog clouds as we moved around. It's a mechanic that logically doesn't really make sense, like why would a door need to scan at certain points of the area of a room, but it really drives the action and teamwork to advance in this game. It's actually really fun stuff. Throughout the last couple of years, they have been consistently adding expeditions and rundowns to complete. For me, I would always get the emails and be like, oh nice, but I always wanted to wait until the game launched. I didn't actually know it was launching in December until the devs reached out to me and until I saw your guys' comments about it. Right now, from what I can see, there are around 10 different expeditions to choose from, all ranging from around, at least in our experience, 45 minutes to easily over an hour on each level if you do it flawlessly. There is a checkpoint system in the game, so if you do all die, you can start back in the level, but it is unforgiving. Sometimes it would drop us, 5 or 6 rooms back, and that's a long trek if you have played this game. If you're looking for a challenging shooter to play with buddies, this is definitely one to check out, and is honestly a prime example of early access done right. They came in, had a product that worked and was enjoyable, but needed content and needed polish. They spent 2 years working on a game that was already in development since 2015. They kept in constant communication, and here we are. The price has been raised as it came out of early access to around $40, but it's on sale right now until the 22nd at 25% off, and I strongly urge you to take a look. As always, if you guys liked the video, leave a like down below and subscribe for more FPS content. My name is BigFry. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next one.